opportunity.
1 second left. Cook coming up with the goal. What a play, and Jim Booth can't believe it on the Syracuse sideline, and Alan Lowe says, I love it.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I think Syracuse thought that the play was going to be called with time running out. I think they're really disappointed that they gave up that goal with a second to go. Bobby Cook doing an outstanding job. That's why he's All-American. We'll catch it on the replay. He gets the feed from behind.
The brother act.
From his brother. And I'll tell you, the Cooks are cooking, Barry. They are doing a great job.
They're heating up the Hofstra Stadium right now. Bobby Cook's third goal of the game. And with 1 second left in the clock, what an important psychological lift that is, too, for Long Island as they have the face-off, and that is it. The first half has come to an end on a very dramatic note.
I'll tell you, Barry, this is so exciting, and I think the Sachems have to be really pleased about the way they're playing. Their midfields are doing an excellent job playing defense, and that's the one area that they really, really questioned a little bit. They knew they were going to be tough defensively.
All right, down on the field right now, our colleague Bob Galestine has Syracuse coach. And let's go to the Syracuse coach right now, Jim Booth.
How are your players adjusting to the new rule changes in game conditions?
Well, I don't know if it's so much adjusting to rule changes or game conditions. We just got to start playing lacrosse. We're dropping the ball. We're not putting the ball in the net. We had 3 or 4 pipes. We just got to get in the flow of the game more and start playing our type of game.
Has the caliber of the game been what you expected?
Oh, yeah, we knew it was going to be a good ball. There's no doubt about that. And Long Island's a good team. We just got to come on and play our own game, that's all.
Jim Booth, coach of the Syracuse Spirit. Halftime activity is coming up in just a second. You're watching Pro Lacrosse on the Long Island Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jerry McDougall. We're celebrating the opening of 3 new Apple Bank branches with exciting offers and free gifts. Come join the celebration at our new Ronkonkoma office on Veterans Highway. Open a new savings account with $1,000 or more, and this cuddly puppy bank is yours. Open a new CD and receive a high rate plus one of these valuable gifts. Remember, Apple's got it all, and it's all for you. Apple Bank for savings, we're good for you.
More than 100 years before Columbus discovered America, there was a game played for pride and honor. Today, there still is. It's America's oldest game. It's Pro Lacrosse. Come out and see the Long Island Sachems and witness the game that combines the body contact of football, the stick handling of hockey, the running of soccer, and the high scoring of basketball. Score with the Sachems at Hofstra Stadium and see the fastest game on 2 feet.
Score at halftime, Long Island 9, Syracuse Spirit 4. My pleasure and privilege to have the general manager of the Long Island Sachems, longtime, very successful lacrosse coach at Long Island Sasson High School, John Pappas. John, before we get into the state of the American Lacrosse League, your thoughts on the caliber of competition so far?
Well, it's a lot of up and down action. I got a feeling that Syracuse is going to come out in the second half smoking. They're not used to being down in this kind of a ball game. They've been looking forward to this game especially because the general manager was up. We had a little bit of a scrimmage in Jersey, and he had seen us play, and Jersey had done a job on us, so he went back feeling pretty confident, and I'm sure when they come out of that locker room, they're going to really go at it.
American Lacrosse League, this is the inaugural day, season. Now you have a fairly successful opening day crowd, about 1,500 people. This is going to take time, something I imagine to generate crowds in excess of 4,000 or 5,000.
I'm sure. I think what the people are going to see here now is the kind of lacrosse that's going to have them come back next week, and they're going to be more or less, our ambassadors to go out and just tell people come back and next week and see what this game is all about. I would love to see this crowd double next week, and then, like you say, it's going to take time, and maybe by our third home game, maybe fill the place.
You think Long Island is playing up to expectations? Jim Booth, for one, seemed very disappointed in the way the Spirit's playing.
Well, I tell you, if you go by the score, I can't say anything but positive things on them. It's a tough thing to do, too. You got to understand that there's a transition in this now. There's a couple of rules in there that these boys have not been used to playing. So the first couple of weeks of this league, people are going to start feeling a little bit more comfortable with what's going on. But I'm pretty happy with Long Island's playing, I'll tell you that.
Rule changes. Sachems' first goal, the result of new rule change, the free substitution, catching Syracuse in a line change. Do you think it'll be very quick for the players to adjust to the new rule changes? Also, the 3 long sticks as opposed to 5, along with the other rule changes.
I'm sure they'll adjust pretty quickly to the new rule changes. The only one that's going to, I think, affect us as far as the league the most is that the 3 long stick rule, because now the midfielders are going to have to really learn how to play defense, and for the most part they never had. And now it's going to be a situation where they're going to have to be drilled at practice to understand how to check and how to play defensive middies.
In these days of Major League Baseball ballparks having alcohol-free sections, the American Lacrosse League has alcohol-free games, not a drop of beer or whatever alcohol being sold at any American Lacrosse League game. That means that you want to appeal to the family type of atmosphere. How successful do you think that will be?
I think it's going to be super successful. I really like the idea that if I were a fan, that I can bring my kids to the ball game and not have to worry about foul language or worry about people being taken away by the alcohol that they're going to be consuming. We don't need alcohol in sports. It's caused, I think, only negative things. The fans are going to let us know more or less how successful that's going to be.
John Pappas, the general manager of the Long Island Sachems. I'll be back with Carrie Gluck in just a couple of minutes and recap the first half. Right now, let you know that the score, Long Island 9, Syracuse 4. You're watching Pro Lacrosse on the Long Island Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jerry McDougall. At Apple Bank, we believe that our loyal customers deserve something extra. That's why we've introduced the Apple Bank Family Program. Members of the Apple Bank family receive special benefits like reduced rates on loans, free checking with interest, a low-rate Visa card, a personal family banker, and 24-hour banking. The exciting new Apple Bank Family Program. Join now and feel good about banking again.
Apple Bank for Savings. We're good for you.
Not all flowers grow straight and true. That's why the Nassau Center for the Developmentally Disabled is there to help special individuals grow. The Nassau Center, a nonprofit organization, the largest agency of its kind in the New York area, serves more than 350 autistic and developmentally disabled individuals. But they need your help. Write the Nassau Center, 72 South Woods Road, Woodbury, New York, 11797.
A blustery day so far, weather-wise. A bright day for the American Lacrosse League. Bright day for the Long Island Sachems, not necessarily so for the Syracuse Spirit. 9-4, Long Island leading at halftime. Carrie, the game at the beginning on the field, it was a sense of anticipation. Then, toward the second half, the players settled down to a lacrosse game. Got a little bit chippy there toward the end of the second quarter.
Well, the reason I think it got a little chippy on, as you noted, Bob, is because the game opened up a lot. There was a lot more fast breaking. The ball was really moving up and down the field. And anytime you get the ball moving up and down the field as fast as it is, there's going to be some open field hits, and that's where it's going to come down to be some little chippy.
The halftime statistics, Long Island leading goal-wise 9-4. The stats a little bit in favor of the Sachems.
Well, you see, the Sachems have really been doing an excellent job during the first half. They've taken some good shots. They've had some fast breaks, but they also had a lot of man-up opportunities, which have made it really a good opportunity for them. As we look at the saves, you'll see how close it is. Travis Solomon, having undergone 31 shots, making 10 saves, he's really coming under siege, I think, by the Sachems. Face-off, surprisingly enough, Neslansky doing an excellent job along with the other Sachem face-off. They're controlling the face-offs, and I think that's a very important factor so far through the first half of the game.
A couple of pretty goals for both teams. The goaltending has been better for Long Island. On the goals, there were a number of one for Long Island scoring its first goal on a line mistake changed by Syracuse.
Here we see the Sachems score first goal right over the stick of Travis Solomon and into the net. That was Bob Piccola that took that shot. Just an awesomely hard shot, and even Travis Solomon had a tough time handling that shot. And here we see on the second shot, this scored by the Syracuse Spirit. Mike Perkins takes the ball, one-handed stabs it, and takes a nice overhand bounce shot. Mike Nelson, who played superb first half, outstanding first half, Mike Nelson couldn't quite make the save, and Perkins gets the goal. And on the last goal that we'll catch right over here, we'll see the Cook brothers working together super, looking from behind the cage out front to his brother, Bobby Cook, making the goal in the last second of the first half, Bob, which really helps the momentum for the Sachem.
Is Syracuse's problem just in goal, or is it a more team defensive situation?
Well, I don't think they're playing their game. They really like to run a lot, and they haven't had the ball that much to run. The Sachems have been dominating the ground balls. They've been dominating the faceoffs, and I think it's taking the spirit out of the game. It's taken away a little bit of the spirit, so to speak.
And 9-4, the Spirit. 9-4, the Spirit. Well, the Sachems on top of the Spirit. Carey and Barry will have the third quarter action starting in just a couple of minutes. You're watching Pro Lacrosse on Long Island Sports Network.
Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network, bringing home winning moments.
Some of New York's finest teachers aren't teachers. They're like you, people in business, people who can teach kids things they can never learn in school. All it takes is giving a kid a summer job and showing that kid what you know. So how about it? Call 888-JOBS and hire a kid for the summer. You'll not only get a terrific kid to help you, you'll feel terrific helping a kid. Come on, teach a kid what school can't. Give a kid a summer job.
We are back. Barry Landers along with Carey Gluck ready for the start of the second half, and Syracuse has made a goaltending change. There's Chuck Warren, who played at Harborfields High School on Long Island, was the Division III championship goalie, MVP on that Hobart Division III championship team. He's 5'8", 150-pounder, great stopper, a field general, very unselfish, Carey, and he is quite a player. He was also MVP of the North-South game, and when you're a goalie and get that kind of an honor, that's really something.
Well, he's done an outstanding job in the goal. I'm sure he's looking forward to playing down here on Long Island, his home area, and he'd like to put on a good showing right now. I think Syracuse is also looking for a little bit more in the goal. Travis Solomon didn't quite do the job I think they expected him to do at the start of the game.
Mark Burnham came up with the face-off. Syracuse has it. Tommy Nelson, number 5. Excellent attack man, working it now to Perkins. Perkins with a lookout for Corey in front. Doesn't take him long to score. Tommy Corey's second goal of the game. And what a big lift Syracuse gets, scoring 15 seconds into the third quarter.
Well, you got to know that Syracuse is going to come out smoking, Barry, at the start of this second half. They were really taking off their game, I think, and they're really going to come out. They got to show a little bit that they were able to move the ball and do the job on offense that they really did not do in the first half.
Corey from Perkins at the 15-second mark right here.
And we'll see the feed inside. There's Perkins looking inside for Corey, and he takes a nice move as he goes to his left. He takes the shot lefty, putting it right by Mike Nelson.
Bobby Vensak trying to check him, but he did get that shot off. So we're ready now for another face-off. Billy Naslonsky will face off against Mark Burnham. Naslonsky 15, Burnham 12. Burnham in the orange for Syracuse as the Spirit come out and get the first goal just as they did in the first half. And picking it up now is Mark Burnham, former All-American at Syracuse, 6 foot 185-pounder, as we watch him work in midfield.
This is the game I think that Syracuse was expecting. They were expecting to control the face-offs and win this, win the all-even. And here you see Greg Tarbell dumping the ball off as the double came.
Perkins hit the pipe. That's the third pipe that they've hit. Perkins, tough luck for Syracuse there. Back comes Doug Hall.
And a good look by Tarbell, too, as he was doubled to dump it off to Perkins.
Hall passes it over the head of his teammate Eddie Cook, who had a splendid first half. Eddie Cook had a couple of assists. Bobby Cook, by the way, led the way for Long Island with 3 goals. Jeff Holmeyer had 2. Randy Powers has 2 for Syracuse so far, along with Tommy Corey. Syracuse trailing by 4 now, and they have possession as they have a new midfield unit in. We'll pick it up on the fly here. Eric Chesky, number 11, and Mike Guy, number 16, are working in the midfield, along with Tom Rosa, number 19. This is Tommy Corey now. They've moved him outside. Normally plays attack, but he's playing in midfield right now.
Now Corey just inverting from behind to come up top, take the long stick away, take Vensak out of the front of the goal area, I think, Barry.
And that bounce shot wide. It was taken by Eric Chesky. Syracuse retains possession. They'll put it in play quickly.
Mike Nelson better hustle back into that cage. He's not going to have a lot of time.
Nelson had a splendid first half. The young man, former star at Adelphi.
Watch him move and pick. Watch him move and pick it out.
Now Powers working against Aaron Jones. Good matchup. Jones so quick. Nice collision over there. Jones trying to rake it away from Powers with a short stick. Scooped up in the air by Jones. Look at the fierce hitting.
What a collision there, Barry.
Powers after the ball, and he managed to get a piece of it and flip a behind the back shot wide. It'll still be Syracuse ball.
Well, they said Randy Powers has a lot of different kind of shots. We saw one of them, the behind the back shot right there, and he didn't lose a whole lot of impetus on that shot.
Now once again, this time it's Tommy Nelson. Good look in front, and a nice save on the close-in shot taken that time by number 21 for Syracuse.
Great reflexes by Mike Nelson. I'll tell you, he just turned around and he had that shot coming right at him. We had interference called there, Barry, as Nelson, who had possession of the ball, his stick was hit by one of the tackmen from Syracuse. That's interference. Can't do that, and we get a free clear for the Sachems.
So the Sachems with possession right now, as they made some substitutions here. Long Island leading by 4. Rocco Guglielmo, number 17 in the game. He and Todd Esposito have worked very effectively along with Bobby Piccola on this B midfield unit. Guglielmo has an excellent outside shot, had it checked by Rosa. And Syracuse trying to recover along the near sideline. Pratt losing it.
I don't think he realized he was as close to the sideline as he was when he scooped up that ball, Barry. The line sometimes over here can get confusing, and the guys from Syracuse, first time on this field, would have some difficulties.
Good point, Kerry. Now Long Island working it behind Jeff Fritz, trying to find his teammate over there, threw it away, and the ball rolls out of bounds. He's trying to get it to Rocco Guglielmo. And now Syracuse quickly will put it back in play. No, they reversed the call here. And Jim Booth very unhappy with he wants a discussion for Bobby Schwab. And now Schwab says, oh, it's a Long Island ball.
I don't know. I think Jim Booth might have a case there, except the official might have thought that it went off the Syracuseman's stick or foot before it went out of bounds.
Tony Parentini moving in. It's been a quiet game for Tony. Haven't mentioned his name too much. Good stop by Warren.
The low fish shot taken by Parentini.
Upfield a cheap clear here. And wandering out to play it will be the goalie. He's open game there. Nelson gets it up to Aaron Jones. He's got that good speed.
Good look again over to Parentini.
Now Cook has it checked away.
The Sachems took Parentini off the attack, if you notice, Barry, and threw him up into the midfield area. So Parentini, who played attack most of the first half, now playing midfield.
Parentini played on this field for Hofstra. Bounce shot for Bobby Piccola and a score.
Another great shot by Piccola, taking it lefty from the outside. They said he's got a great outside shot. He showed us there why. Nice low bounce shot. First real shot put on Chuck Warren from the Spirit, as he's new in this second half, and I'm sure they're going to try and take some shots to welcome him to Hofstra.
Piccola from Ed Cook at 4:02.
Nice feed by Eddie Cook, and there's the bounce shot. Not a whole lot of angle on that shot taken by Bob Piccola. Well done.
Second goal of the game for Bobby Piccola, former star at Uniondale High School and Adelphi University. Bobby, the captain of Adelphi in 82 and 83 for Paul Doherty. Bobby's married, lives in nearby Oceanside. And a lot of these guys have real fine careers outside of lacrosse. It's interesting, you talk to them, they're very bright. They're just delighted that there's a chance now for professional lacrosse to succeed.
Well, you know, this is a dream of so many of these players, college players, even high school players. It's something to shoot for after college, the professional league, and it's really opening up a whole new world for a lot of lacrosse, I think, Barry.
Well, a big face-off coming up here in midfield. Mark Burnham.
Bobby Cook coming up with the loose ball off the face-off, and I think that's what the Sachem did very well in the first half. They controlled those ground balls, Barry, and they took the game away by controlling a little bit of the face-off.
Glenn Ott-Mormon, number 24, with it. He's had an excellent shot out of Half Hollow Hills West High School. He was checked. Mormon, who played at Virginia. And Syracuse now looking to get some transition going. They clear it downfield, looking for Powers. And let's see who last touched it.
Well, that'll be a pass, and that was a great play by Aaron Jones defensively. Knowing he couldn't really get to the ball, he just checked the stick on the pass, and of course, which forced the attackman to lose sight of the ball.
Randy Powers just couldn't get to it. Now Vensack will drop it back to his goalie. Aaron Jones on the far side will play it.
Remember, they only have 25 seconds to get the ball over.
One of the rule changes here. Now Nelson, nice pass upfield. Mormon gets it back out to Lawson. Todd Lawson, former star at Adelphi also. He's 22 years of age, got good legs. And gets the shot off, stopped by Warren.
Might have been able to take the shot a little bit sooner, Barry, so you have a better angle.
Cook after that loose ball. Couldn't get it. And hustled down by Long Island.
That, I think, has been part of the factor, too. Great shot here. Todd Lawson. Winding up, taking that right-handed shot.
And give credit to Bruce Bruno for keeping that play alive. Number 10, he was the guy with that great hustle, the attackman who kept that ball on the ground, came up with it, and he set up really that goal.
That's exactly the point I was going to make as we saw Bruno come up with the ball, is that the Sachems have been playing so aggressive and they've really been hustling all over the field that that's really been paying off. And here we see it on the replay. We get the opportunity again for Lawson, and the goal, though scored by Lawson with a great shot past Chuck Warren, really made by Bruno, I think, Barry. Got to give him a lot of credit.
Mormon will get the assist. Bruno won't get an assist, but really it was Bruno who made that play, getting the ball over to Mormon after staying with that ground ball and coming up with it. So Lawson comes up with a goal, and for Lawson, that is his second goal. So they're getting a lot of balance, and they're getting a lot of scoring from the midfield.
And that is the area, again, I think that Alan Lowe and Frank Rossi were expecting a lot to come off the attack, and the attack have done a great job. But I think very pleasantly surprised the midfield has done a great job.
Well, Homeyer has 2, Lawson has 2, Piccola 2, all midfielders.
That's good balance too, Barry.
Now Naslonsky comes up with another face-off. The lead is 6 for Long Island. They try to make it 7 here. Cook with a shot, and he beats Warren on the bounce shot.
Naslonsky, great job splitting the defense, giving the ball over to Eddie Cook, and that was a nice, great bounce shot again. Chuck Warren is having a rough introduction right now in the second half, getting his feet wet in the opening game, and for him starting the second half.
So Eddie Cook, who's been setting up everybody, has 3 assists, gets his first professional goal, and we watch it once again, goal number 12.
There's Naslonsky right off the face-off, splits the defense, looks to the offside to Cook. Cook takes the back shot right on the near post, and Sachems are playing real well right now, Barry. Coach Lowe and Rossi have to be very pleased with the way the Sachems are playing.
Well, 3 goals in about 1 minute and 30 seconds or so, 2 within 12 seconds. The goals came Piccola at 4:02, Lawson at 5:30, and Ed Cook at 5:42. And again, Naslonsky doing a good job as the wings will have to come in and try to help out on this face-off. Look at that scramble.
Loose ball, that's anyone's ball. Sachems coming up with it again.
And it was the defender over there, Pete Olson, who came up with possession.
And what a great look by Olson to get it to Naslonsky on the opposite side of the field.
He moves in, watched by Tarbell. It's been a very quiet game for Greg Tarbell. We had expected so much from Tarbell. He has not scored. This is Doug Hall now coming in midfield, number 8, along with Naslonsky. Hall cutting to his right, sweeping. Blocked. Good defensive play by number 25, Jeff McKee. And McKee gets it back with the long pole. Former All-American at Syracuse. He's the oldest player in the club, almost 32.
And again, the aggressive play by the Sachems almost came up with a ball there, Barry.
Sachems have scored 3 goals on 5 shots in this third quarter.
And the Spirit have thrown it away, giving the ball back over to the Sachems.
Sachems leading 12-5.
Look at that look by Nelson. Great look. Right up to midfield, pinpoint the pass. That's why these guys are Barry. They can put it right on the money.
Jeff Homeyer now on in midfield, number 18. And it looks like Homeyer and Hall will go off. We'll get a change on the fly right here. Todd Esposito, 23, checking in, along with Rocco Guglielmo. So the midfield line change is complete. Here's Peratini, who's been moved back to midfield. Nice feed, and the shot up high by Esposito. Stopped by Warren.
And he did great just to come up with the pass. The pass was a little bit low, not a great pass. He did an excellent job just saving that ball, much less coming up with an excellent shot.
Eric Chesky had it checked away. Good defensive play by Todd Esposito. And he comes down the right wing. Midfield play has been the difference in this game, and undoubtedly, Long Island has had the better of the midfield play.
And exactly, Coach Lowe said this is going to be a midfielder's game. It's up to the midfielders to do the job because they've got to go both ways. They don't have the luxury, as in college, to play just offense. They got to play offense and defense.
Rocco Guglielmo's shot miss. Put back in play quickly. Here's the dangerous Cook.
And he's doubled.
Beautiful look in front and a score for Bobby Piccola, his third game. Piccola cutting down off the crease from midfield, and Eddie Cook set him up again.
And Piccola took a nice shot on goal. He also took a hard hit by Dan Pratt after as he released the shot. Cook doing a great job feeding, getting the assist, as we see on the replay. Piccola will get the ball from Cook. There's Cook driving the cage as he gets double teamed. He looks into the middle, Piccola, and there's the hit by Pratt right as he releases the ball. And we get a timeout by Syracuse. They got to talk things over right now. They're trailing 13-5. They've given up a lot of goals right now. We're in the early on in the third period, and I think right now Coach Jim Booth has got to really talk to his players and say, guys, you're not playing the way we expect you to play, and you got to start doing something right now before this game gets out of hand.
Eddie Cook assisting on Bobby Piccola's third goal. Cook has 4 assists to go along with his goal. And right now, let's see if we can join the huddle. Alan Lowe has got to feel pretty good about this.
Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Right down the court. Come on.
Stop him. Flies on shit.
Well, I'm sure as we see the replay goal, here's Eddie Cook again, feeding inside to Piccola. You got a great view from behind Piccola as he took the great shot on Chuck Warren, putting it in the upper corner.
Well, the Sachems really coming out on fire. It looked like we were going to be in for a real tight game after the game had been closed to within a 4-goal margin. And there you see some of the fans. It was 9-5, remember. And then all of a sudden, Long Island scored 4 goals within about a 2.5-minute span, almost a 3-minute span from 4:02 to around the 7:57 mark. And right now they're in command, 13-5. And they've scored 4 unanswered goals, but Syracuse has the ball, trying to get on track here. Mike Guy works it behind to Randy Powers, working on Aaron Jones.
That's a great matchup, too, because Jones has great speed, and Powers is a real strong, tenacious attackman. Good battle right there.
Jones not only with speed, variety of checks. He was a star at Cornell, played on that team, of course, a couple of years ago. There's a look at the shots. Long Island really out shooting Syracuse by a wide margin right now, but they've been accurate with their shots here in the second half. I think Warren has faced only 6 shots. He's given up 4 goals. That's a nice stop in close by Nelson.
Watch out. Oh, Syracuse, unfortunate, but gets the rebound.
Rosa scoring as a defenseman was trying to play goal there. Nelson had been knocked down and was out of the play, and I think the ball hit one of the players in front, and it went in anyway, and it'll be a goal for Syracuse right there for, I believe, number 16 going to get credit for the goal, and that will be Michael Guy.
And I think also, Barry, we had a flag on the play, a high hit by the Sachems, I believe, so they're also going to be man down right now.
Well, Michael Guy, a star at Hobart. Let's look at the replay on that goal.
There's Mike Guy falling forward. Now, there's a great stop by Nelson. The ball pops out. He can't quite get control of the rebound, hits one of the Sachem players, scooped up, and he loses it, and it just happens to go right into Mike Guy's stick, and there he goes taking the shot. And we had a defenseman on the line, too.
It was John Edney, number 13, who took it on the numbers, so to speak, and it trickled in. That's tough when you're trying to play goalie there.
That sure is, and they did a great job to come up with that ball.
So they get the goal, and now...
And the Sachem are man down right now, too, Barry.
So they've got an opportunity, Syracuse, with possession here to try to close this big deficit. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Syracuse ball. So the Spirit, after scoring, now with possession, trailing 13-6, 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Now, they've been pretty effective with their man up, Barry.
They've been running 3 for 5.
They've been running a 1-2-3, and now they're going. Now they'll be getting in Tarbell into the man up as he comes onto the field.
Tarbell will throw it behind the cage. It was checked. They'll get it back. Put it back in play. Tarbell.
Now they're in a 1-3-2. Tarbell dumping it off up top.
As we mentioned, there are 3 for 5 man up. Corey working it behind. Nelson, Tommy Nelson over to Tommy Corey. Over to Tarbell. Move it quickly. Corey behind, nice look out in front, and it goes wide, however, on the shot. Well, there's the player serving the penalty for Long Island. In the box there is Bruce Bruno.
Mike Nelson covered that near pipe real well, Barry. He was right on it, didn't give away anything.
Good hustling play. Long Island will have the ball, still a man down. No stalling here. They've got to get the ball up across midfield. Penalty is over anyway as Bruno has joined the attack. And Long Island with possession is Naslansky. Moves it downfield, drops it off.
Sachems did a very good job in clearing that ball, Barry. They're doing a good job all around playing, clearing, riding, and an excellent job as they killed the man down. And we see the Sachems take a timeout right now.
4:52 to go, third quarter. Long Island with a 13-6 lead as they broke this game open with 4 goals in a row here after Syracuse had scored the first goal of the third quarter and the last goal. But it was all Long Island in between.